Hello and welcome to Spa in this week's weekly race of the German rivals. The three cars of choice we could have were the BMW M3, Audi A4 and the Mercedes C-Class that I'm driving now. I thought to be different, go for the Mercedes and see how that performs because I thought everybody would mainly go for the BMW. And to be fair, they kinda did. But as the race starts, we get the most interesting start off the line when this happens. Yeah, the BMW gave birth to an Audi. And yeah, that's not a bad start to a race, is it? Right there. No idea what that was about. But I've never seen that happen before, where a BMW could actually give birth. Anyway, coming around the first corner, down the hill we go. P1 is 3.5 seconds ahead. And position 4, which are fighting ahead, are 2.1 seconds ahead. So I do have a lot of time to try and find and catch back up. As you're coming through here now, letting off the throttle, coasting it through. The car does have a lot of body roll, so it is quite funky as you go through there and down this back straight now. Making up a lot of ground to position 4, 0.8 seconds away now. To be fair, the Mercedes is quite strong in straight line. It does have a lot of torque. But the biggest problem with this Mercedes is the gap between the gears. There's such a gap, you can fit a whole new gearbox in there. It is incredible. I'm so used to the touring cars and the GTs where the ratios are so much closer together. Going back to a normal street car is kind of weird. Anyway, catching up to the banana car and the BMW to my right. He's got the great M3 livery. Coming around this corner now, they do have a better line, so I'm going to sit behind them. Looking at what the Mercedes is doing. And everybody's a little bit clumsy as we're going around it. I think we're all trying to figure out the feel of the car whilst on this track, and I think this is all our first time. Coming down the hill past the ambulance, braking just before the curb starts on the left hand side, down the third gear, coasting it through this corner, and start accelerating at the side. Going up on the inside of the BMW here, the radar showing me exactly where that car is. Going a bit wide, so that was close, and I think if anything I may have pushed the BMW a little bit wide there. No contact, but they may have moved over to try and avoid me. Coming through here now, the blue Mercedes is a little bit slow. The yellow one is a little bit twitchy, so this is going to be quite interesting. Right now, I'm going to go to the outer part of the track, keep on the left hand side and then cut across nicely through there. The Mercedes brakes on the right hand side. I am a banana. Yep, you certainly are. Anyway, trying to keep up the slipstream of the Mercedes up in front. I don't know if they're on controller or keyboard, but there is a lot of twitchy movements right there. I'm going to cut into this corner. Thankfully, I've got now a bit of space from the Mercedes behind. Coming across here like that. That blue Mercedes goes a little bit sloppy through there. I follow and ultimately lose that position. Yeah, it is what it is. Braking hard into this corner now, down in second gear and turning in. More contact as everybody is everywhere. I get pushed off the track. I think a bit of Forza glue happened there, and a bit more Forza glue as I'm trying to turn the wheel to the left happens to the M3 behind. Weird situations occur with the Forza glue where no matter what you do, you're stuck to that car until somebody gives. And although I did try and move off the car, you know, if they keep pushing, there's nothing you can do. Anyway, that means we're going to have to try and fight back those positions again. Coming down this straight now, trying to catch up to the BMW goers. Miko up in front, who has a 0.6 second penalty. Coming through here now, down with the brakes, down the fourth gear, coasting it through, trying to stay within the track limits. It's so easy to get a penalty there, it's just better to go slower. As you can see now, I'm in fourth gear, 4,500, about to hit 5,000 RPM, and it just feels like it's run out of power. Yeah, it's really, the gears are so tall. Looking out for the 100 meter board hard, and the brakes down to second gear here. Going a little bit wide, should have braked a bit earlier, forgetting I don't have racing brakes. And I should have maybe braked a little bit earlier. No harm, no foul. Coming around here now, accelerating out the other side, catching up to the cars in front. Going to keep on the left hand side, as soon as the curb starts on the left hand side, they're hard on the brakes down to second gear and coasting it through, rubbing that curb on your right hand side and bring it to the outer part of the track. And then coming back over to your right hand side, Dab of the brakes here, down to third gear, and coasting it through this corner now, and you can see I've caught up to the pack up in front. Really, I want to get myself past this BMW and past those two Mercedes up in front that are fighting each other. It's going to be quite hard because although this track is wide, it's trying to find a way you can overtake whilst going off track like I did and receiving no penalty. Almost got you there. It's kind of hard to find a way to overtake when your car is as underpowered as this, or everybody is quite well matched. It's weird is the best way of putting it, especially as you can see the boating effect as I'm flopping over to the right hand side and the outer part of the track. The BMW does seem to have far better handling capabilities. Hopefully with my superior power, I'll have the superior power capabilities, as that BMW did absolutely send it up in the inside and take that position that I was hoping for. Clip-tacular is again twitching a lot, so I'm going to go up the inside here, getting very close. Contact is made. They may have not known I was beside them if they didn't have a radar on. No harm, no foul, but there's the foul. Slipping right off track, not planning better, and getting a 0.5 second penalty. Absolutely ruined. Down to first gear here, turning in. You see the banana is overtaking me right now, having a much better entrance into that corner and out the other side. Bit of wheel spin as we come out, but we're going to start our final lap now. Just need to get past banana and then we can have a podium finish. Looking out for the crane on the left hand side, braking just before it, down to second gear, turning in. A little bit slow through there, but thankfully I'd also caught up a bit of time from the cars up in front. Could have had a much better exit from that corner. Yeah, this car, it was hard to hear the engine, to be fair. I don't know if it was just me being deaf or not. Braking into third gear here, accelerating up the hill we go, and really making that work. Oh, and they saw the BMW in the rear view mirror go right off track and disappeared to oblivion. Not sure where they went. Anyway, coming down here now, just got to try and catch up to Goer's Amico, who's 1.1 second in front. Yeah, it's going to be easier said than done. I think now they have a bit of breathing space. I'm going to struggle to keep pace with them. Again, the BMW does handle a little bit better than the big old Mercedes-Benz MB. Coming down the hill, looking out for the curb on the left side, hard on the brakes, down in second gear, turning in, rubbing that curb on your right hand side and accelerating out of this corner gently. Going back over to your right hand side into third gear, down with the brakes, turning in, over the curb we go, and accelerating down the hill. You can see they are making a little bit of ground on me. Yeah, and I think the Mercedes weighs a little bit more than the M3 up in front. Doesn't help matters. You can see as I'm braking, the nose just plummets to the floor like the suspension was made out of really, really soft bread. Come around this corner, keep it to your left hand side, looking out for the curb to start again, braking down to third gear, turning in. I was going to go down a second, but it was at a weird rev range where second gear really wasn't worth it because you had to change into third once you come out the corner. So holding it in third gear was more of a better option. Flipping the curb on the right side, coming out to the green on the left, holding the green, following the curb on the right hand side, getting far more understeer than I expected, going off track again. Hopefully the yellow banana doesn't catch up behind me right now. You see they're 1.5 seconds away from me, 1.4. They are clawing me in, but if I can make this next corner work, I might be able to keep them at bay. Just letting off the throttle, touch of the brakes to get the wheels and the weight on the front, and then round this corner we go. Now the 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds, so it did work out in my favour. Gonna just brake gently into this corner now, not full braking it. Coming through this section now, over the curb we go, and just braving those track limits and accelerating across the finish line. Moving on to Maple Valley now, because one race wasn't enough. Before we get there, I'd just like to thank our channel members, which is Andy Good, Jeffrey Anderson, DMC Motorsport and Phoenix Asta. Thank you very much, guys. And if you're also enjoying what you're seeing here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to that 1,000 mark and it's only a click away. As we start off on the line, we are starting in P7 position. You see we're at Maple Valley. It is dark because we forgot to pay the electricity bill. Coming around this corner now, contact up in front. You guys keep going on with that contact. Hopefully I can slip it through. Not going to happen. Getting close to the M3 up in front. I do think the radar needs to be a bit come in a bit earlier and leave a little bit later. I do find it sometimes it can be a little bit late, a little bit too much of a delay. As I come around here, bit of red, getting very close to the cars on the right side, absolutely sending it up the yellow, well, I'm going to call that one a banana as well now. The banana M3 on the inside here, they hit the wall, going to the side of me. Thankfully the understeer absolutely punished them and I keep that position. No harm, no foul, no penalty, no collision, and I didn't go off track, I didn't get murdered. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Breaking out a second board on the right hand side, down to second gear here. I do have United Driver breathing all down my neck as I come around this corner, burning up the inside tyre as I'm skidding my way out. Up the hill we go. And this is where this car gets a little bit funky. I expected a bit more grip, but what I got was greeted with a lot of slide. Coming around this corner in third gear, sliding some more, getting really close to the outer limits of the track. BMW looking up the inside here, not going to happen, closing that door, keeping to the right hand side of the track, bringing it back over the left. BMW makes the ultimate move on me, and we really neck and neck as we go through this section. BMW backs out, my back end slopping around everywhere, and down the hill we go. It really was kind of that sloppy. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. BMW sends it up the inside. I'm going to back out because it ain't going to work. Contact nearly made there, and the BMW goes absolutely sideways. Lucky to held on to that. Really great holding on to that car. And thankfully I didn't join them in that party, to be fair, because that would probably gone a lot worse for me. They're looking at the inside right now. Again, the BMW I think does handle a little bit better, but this car has a little bit more punch to it and has a little bit more go. Gonna let them take the position rather than not fight and draw other people in. Look at the inside here, there's another car going off track there, go straight to the left hand side for some unknown reason. Banana, really? Just keep to the right, you don't need to join the racing line just as soon as you join the track. Look, they're back on the right side of the track anyway. I never understand it sometimes. Cutting the corner, keeping well close to the M3 to my right hand side, hard on the brakes. Contact has been made, so I'll let them regain control, back off, just so they might understand that it was not intentional and I wanted them to regain control of the car. The thought process is there, whether they understood that, I do not know. United Drive, if you see this, again, it was not intentional and I hope you understood during the race, that was my intention. Anyway, coming up here we go, under the bridge, out the other side, going to be greeted again with the most unusual steering characteristic of understeer, oversteer, side steer. And trying to get control. Body roll is a problem here, coming around this corner, but a little bit slower, far more controlled, but the BMW M3 is getting away from me. Going round, keeping to the right hand side, going to bring it back over to the left and hopefully be able to cut my way through. Misjudging it as I came back again. And then you can see United Driver is getting away from me now. Coming down the hill, being greeted with a lot of rear end slide. Down the hill, trying to keep this car straight and behaving itself. Just letting off the throttle, touch of the brakes, and ooh, off track I go. Come on, hold it, hold it. Ooh, that's so close to the wall. And a 0.2 second penalty, just for good measure. Not too sure what happened to the barn owl, but I thought they was going to come in and turn on me. But they go further round the track and widen. They go getting very close to my left hand side now as they regain control of that car. I'm going to keep to the right hand side. I know this corner is quite punishing. I'm going to just dabble the brakes and turning and hopefully do a switcheroo tactic and go up the inside here. Almost worked, but I just didn't have enough power to bring me out to the side as I nearly go off track. Yeah, this car could do with a few extra horses and a far better gearbox. Going down here, you can see the barn owl is massively gaining on the United Driver up in front, so if they could drag me along with them, that'd be quite nice. Down the hill we go, looking out for the second board on the right hand side, hard on the brakes, down to second gear and turning in. We are clawing back in, United Driver up in front, which is quite nice to happen, to be fair. as we're sending it up through this twitchy section moment right now. Hopefully someone messes up if we're pushing them a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. To be fair, the barn owl didn't massively gain on me, so that's never a good sign. Going round this section now, keeping to the right hand side as we go through, touch of the grass, letting off the throttle, trying to get the car a bit more straight and narrow. Coming left, going to go straight through this section here as much as I can. You can see a lot of body rolls affecting me right there. Downhill we go. You see the two M3s are now battling each other. Well, you guys keep fighting, and hopefully I can cut my way through. A little bit on the brakes, going again a little bit wide, and absolutely fluffing that corner up for a third time, giving me another 0.2 second penalty just for good measure. Yeah, there's something about that corner, I've got to get it right. And considering this is going to be my final attempt, because we are on the last lap now, yeah, it's going to be make or break at the end of this race, to be fair. Going around this corner again, keeping to the right hand side, just letting off the throttle, touching the brakes, coming through here now, and is that barn owl went off track? Oh dear. Oh well, we've got that position from them. That's B3 we've got right now. Whoopsie daisies. Coming through this section now, letting off the throttle a little bit, trying to keep the car a bit more restrained. As we're on our final lap, it's more preserving my position than catching up to United Driver up in front. United Driver being 1.2 seconds away, it's going to be quite hard for this boat of a car to try and catch up with what is clearly a better handling machine up in front. Going around this corner, second gear, spinning up the inside tyre, accelerating up we go. We are setting a better lap time than we did previously. Going around this corner now, letting off the throttle, trying to get the car to behave a little bit more as we're coming around this section. Touch of the brakes, letting the car coast round and applying a bit of throttle to keep the momentum going. Coming back over to the right hand side of this track, keeping to the right, so when we go left we can pretty much go straight through. Again, missing the apex to the left hand side, so we're going to have to do a little bit of an S now. But we are 2.7 seconds ahead from barn owl behind. Bouncing on the limiter there as we come down this section now. Going to take this corner far better than I have done up to now. Touch of the brakes, turning in, little bit tail out, happiness, and across the line in position 3 again. Oh yeah. Thank you all for watching, see you all next time. Goodbye.